Contra is one of those names that's synonymous with video games and is certainly one of the reasons many people my age begged their parents to buy them in NES back in the day. Though Contra seems to have been swept under the rug by the Konami we all love to hate today, back in the 8 and 16-bit days the studio could do no wrong, and Contra 3 set a new unbelievably high standard for action platformers. The formula was simple. Take the near-perfect gameplay of the original Contra, actually make it perfect, create one of the best-looking Super Nintendo games of all time. This was in 1992, by the way. Then, make sure every boss fight is so epic that you'll remember every single pixel. The levels themselves are already a 10 out of 10 on the action scale. I mean, just look at this. So how do you scale it up from a 10 to keep the boss fights interesting? Well, you skip 11 and 12 and just go straight to 20, I guess. Let's back up a little bit though. It's easy to look at Contra 3 and assume these soldiers are so hardcore they could take on the Master Chief or even the God of War himself. But what makes them so good at what they do? Well, the answer is actually simple. It's the controls. Contra 3 is still one of the best controlling action platformers ever created. And I always feel that if I die, it's my fault and not the game's. I haven't even touched on the intense soundtrack yet, taking both visual and audio cues from the likes of Terminator, Aliens, and Predator. This game not only looks but sounds the part. The way the music scales and shifts towards the end of the game while you're facing the final boss medley still gives me chills today. So the question is, how does Contra 3 stack up to today's crowded market of first-person shooters and action games? Well, with precise controls that rival modern fighting games, visuals that seem to have only improved with time, and progression that never stops ramping up until the credits roll, I'll gladly hold this game up to not just the Metal Slugs of the world, but more recent timeless shooters like Halo. After all, Contra is essentially the grandfather of Halo, right down to the exceptional co-op campaign. What it all boils down to, though, is that when my kids get older, and if they're gamers like me, then we're going to be playing some Contra 3, and I have every expectation that they'll love it at least as much as I do today.